From the last video, we introduced delta and Y networks for sources and impedances, and now we're going to look at how to switch between the two. So we're just going to consider a Y network and a delta network for impedances. What we're going to do is look at the resistance between A and B in each case. So if we placed a multimeter between A and B, you could see that the current would travel through Z1 and then to Z2. So we'd say that the impedance between A and B is equal to Z1 plus Z2. Now if we look at the same case for the delta network, we would have current going in, it would split here, it would come back, going through ZA, also through ZC, and then to terminal B. So what we can say is that the impedance is the parallel combination of ZC with ZA and ZB. Now, interestingly enough, if we say we have a balanced network such that Z1 equals Z2 equals Z3, which equals ZY, and that ZA equals ZB, which equals ZC, and that's Z delta. For the Y network, we get that ZAB is equal to 2 ZY. For the delta network, we get that it's equal to 2/3 times Z delta. So if these two impedances were equivalent, we could simply say that ZY is equal to Z delta divided by 3. And that's a relation we want to keep close to us for now. But in general, if the loads aren't balanced, you get these three equations for Z1, Z2, and Z3, along with these three equations for ZA, ZB, and ZC. Now what about sources? Well, let's consider again a Y network and a delta network. We're going to say that VAN, which is this voltage here, is equal to some peak voltage with a phase angle of 0 degrees. We're also going to say that VBN is equal to that peak voltage with a phase angle of 120 degrees, which will give us the sequence of that phase diagram. So to do that, we're simply going to look at what VAB is. So in the Y network, VAB is simply going to be equal to VAN minus VBN, which is a little bit different from the delta network, where VAB is simply equal to VAB. But anyways, we can plug in VAN and VBN and call that VAB. So we just plug in those phasors, and after a little bit of math, what we get is that VAB is equal to the square root of 3 times VAN, and then we get this phase angle of 30 degrees. And if we do the same for VBC and VCA, we still get that square root of 3 and that phase of 30 degrees that comes through, but we maintain that VAN, VBN, and VCN for all of these. Similarly, if we do this for the currents for the delta system, we get a similar relation where you get, or I, AN, are equal to the square root of 3 times IAB, but now you get a phase of minus 30 degrees for IAN, IBN, and ICN. So we have a relation between the voltages and the currents depending on the system that we're dealing with. Now coming full circle, if we have VAB equal to square root of 3 times VAN times that phase angle of 30, and we know what IAB is equal to from above, we can simply divide the voltage by the current to get the impedance for ZAB. And doing it, these phase angles cancel out, and you get a 3 that pops out, and then you have VAN divided by IAN, which you could also call ZAN, which is equal to Z1. So again, we get ZAB is equal to 3 Z1. And if ZAB is equal to Z delta and Z1 is equal to ZY, you get Z delta equals 3 times ZY, which scrolling up is exactly what we got here. So there's a few ways to arrive at all of these equations. Now from all this, there might be some confusion. We have VAB, VAN, IAB, IAN. So we need to define some terms. So again, considering our Y and Delta networks, we're going to try to avoid as much confusion as possible, which is a little bit ironic because the terms seem to cause more confusion than they help with aiding it, in my experience. But we're going to define these terms so that we are very specific about what we're looking for. So we're first going to define a line voltage, and that's going to be the voltage between any two conductors. Now our conductors are going to be A, B, and C. This neutral wire does not count. So the line voltage would be something like VAB. And for our delta network, we have the same thing. We don't have that neutral wire, so we don't even have to consider that. We have something called the phase voltage, which is the voltage across a single component. So if you look at a single component for the Y network, that's going to be something like VAN. But if you look at the phase voltage for the delta network, that's going to be something like VAB. And then additionally, we define a line current as the current through any one line. So again, that would be something like A to B, A to C, C to B, etc. for either case. And then we have the phase current, which is the current through a single component. And this is where we get back to the equations that we looked at above, where we had for the Y system, we had that square root of 3 between the line and the phase voltage. Then for the delta system, we had the square root of 3 for the line and the phase current. Now you'll notice for the delta system, the line voltage and the phase voltage, those are going to be the same thing, because VAB would be the two conductors and VAB would be the voltage for ZC. And for the Y system, you get that the line current is equal to the phase current. So looking at what we want to solve, well, again, we're going to return to the circuit that we looked at in the last video towards the end, where we had some Y to Y network with some line impedance for each line. And we want to solve the line currents, the phase currents, the line voltages, and the phase voltages.